Hey folks, so it's been a while since I did an update and I wanted to cover a few things that I've been tinkering with in the meantime. Obviously I've been working on snapping and guides most recently, and we've got new buttons for those, but they aren't finished being implemented yet. I've figured out the majority of how it works for the add tool, but it's figuring out how to make it work with the select and control tools as well. Until then, there's a few other things I've worked on kind of to take breaks from working on that. The first being that obviously I've overhauled all of the images to a much higher resolution. That required me to resize a lot of things scale-wise, because now everything's like 1024 by 1024. So I had to shrink everything back down and make the background work properly. I actually rewrote the background code entirely. So it's actually working better now. When you were zoomed in, it used to flicker at the bottom, but that won't happen anymore. I've also adjusted the pan speed, so when you're zoomed in, you move slower, and when you're zoomed out, you move faster. We've also got a new cursor that matches the rest of the UI now, including the color of the green point at the center. And if I add in some line, we can see that all of these HUD elements with the dots and the diamonds, those are all much higher resolution as well. So even zoomed in, it looks very crisp and sharp, which is a nice change because it's been fuzzy since I started. Other than that, it's been a lot of like weird little bug fixes that I've kind of done here and there, like this handle wouldn't turn orange because it's the 0 points handle. And yeah, I've rewritten the code on a few different things, just as I've been refactoring, so that we're making less of the same call over and over again each loop. I'm hoping that all of the guides and snapping and stuff should be done in the next like couple of weeks, I hope. I can't guarantee anything. Once that's sorted, we can take a step back from this level of the editor to the timeline view, and that's going to be where we can actually manage the song itself and all of the individual trace lines that make it up. A friend of mine was suggesting I implement a tool that's seen in Illustrator. I think it's the rounded corners tool. I think it will just be easier to allow people to import SVG files, and then you can essentially use the more robust features of whatever vector editor you want. You can just export the SVG, import that file, and I'm sure I'll figure out some kind of a way for that to be smooth. But I'm really happy with how things are going, so hopefully I'll have more to show you guys soon.